who generalize over 6 years. We are talking about Ten Hag. How much was spent under Ten Hag? And we are talking about purchases and transactions that were made, players that were brought in who were substandard, who did not move the club forward.
Now,
and these are players
you're blaming it on him.
Excuse me, I'm not done. And these are players that were brought in who were spent thousands of millions of money on, and at the end of the day, he couldn't get anything out of them.
Let's
you
look
have
at the
other players, other managers within the league, bringing in players for less money who have been fantastic for their clubs. And at the end of the day, you want to sit here and put an icing on the cake of 2 silverwares and say that he has had a fantastic
you want to blame it, like I said,
I disagree.
You want to blame it on Ten Hag. I said this before. The Glazers were taking over.
But then everything rises
when your
and
boss,
falls
when
on
they
leadership.
see,
Everything rises and falls
Ten Hag
on
is not in charge. Ten Hag was never in charge of negotiating player fee. Was never in charge of negotiating who to bring in. He only gives them a list of players he wants. They go for the market and get who they needed. At some point, I was looking at the list of players he needed when he wanted a striker, and Haaland was not on that list. But Man United went out of their way to get Haaland for more than £50 million, which on a normal, his release clause was about £35 million. Now, who did that? Ed Woodward. He's gone now, and the blame is on Ten Hag.
Okay, now so
no, wait, I'm still getting there.
Let me even ask this question once and for all, because now, how many seasons do you think he has? Do you have after this season? If he does not do it, should he continue or should they sack him?
See, you can't sack a manager that has been giving you trophies back to back.
Okay, what is trophies?
Van Gaal came in and did not get a trophy. Now, okay, what is trophy? Arsenal has not touched one in 20 years, and nobody is talking anything. Wait now, John, wait.
This is actually quite funny, and it's kind of refreshing to see also cry here and talk about trophies. It's very, very refreshing.
I don't know why John and Godwin will have double standards on coaches.
This is just
you guys have double standards, and it's a problem for me, man. It's a problem because you guys have double standards. Look at it. I'll still compare him with the likes of his neighbor up north in Liverpool. It's still the same up north there. Manchester and Merseyside are up north in England. Now in Liverpool, club came in, spent heavy. How much did he spend? About £700 million, and 4 years to get his first trophy. And nobody said anything about getting 4 years without a trophy, without a finals. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer came in, spent about £600 million total, £600 million, and got to 6 finals.
This is crazy.
6 finals. Calm down, John. And got to 6 finals, and yet they still criticized him. Ten Hag came in. What was Ten Hag's first signing? Anthony from Ajax. How much? £89 million. Who else did he get on this team? Overpaid by who? By Woodward. Who else did he get inside the side?
But he was one that asked for Anthony.
Lisandro Martinez.
Let's not forget.
Let's not
forget that he asked for Anthony and he asked for Licha Martinez. And the instruction was get them no matter the cost. You have to
get them no matter the cost.
You have to
get them no matter the cost does not mean. Now, Godwin, let me ask you this. This Arsenal jersey in front of you is how much in the market? Let's say plus or minus £20. Yeah, £20 plus or minus. And you go to the market and you pay £100 for it. Whose fault is it?
Okay, let me answer that question.
Whose fault is it? Whose fault is it? Is it your fault, or is it the fault of the marketers, or is it just the fault that you know the price?
I don't know what is wrong with
you cannot not know the price because that's inconsistent if you ask me.
For me, I think this will be his final season in Manchester United if he doesn't do well, because
that is the opinion. That is the opinion of a rival fan.
You know what the problem with what Nonso is saying is that Liverpool did not come out and tell you that we must win a title every year. They know their place. Man, you don't know their place. Man, you just like
Liverpool.
They don't know their place for crying out loud. You've not won anything in like 20 years. You do not have infrastructure. You do not have a solid backroom staff. Even recruiting is a wahala. Teams have to tear their hair out on the deadline day just to get a deal over. And Manchester United are sneaking in deals in the final minute. That shows you that the whole setup is faulty. Yet you want to come out and say our biggest club in England, you have trophies in your cabinet.
Now, that is the question I'm asking.
Where we are now, we are not the biggest club in England. We are rebuilding. Everybody will bring expectation down to rebuilding.
I think
not that you are promising heaven and earth and you can't even deliver basics.
Part of the issue with Ten Hag had when he came to England, when he made that
big claims and
when he made that claim that he came to take over. I think that way people, English press has a way to take your words to it. So when he said everybody was expecting instant results, Arteta said that I'm coming to build, it will take time.
Simple.
So everybody left him.
The motto was not trust the process. The motto was trust the process.
Simple. Now look at it. You said Arteta came, said trust the process.
Yes.
Ten Hag came, said what?
He's coming.
Guardiola was going for a domestic treble 2 times in a row, and he stopped it.
How?
Okay,
How is that the takeover?
Now his first season he finished third.
Come on, man.
His first season he finished third. Arteta's first season, where did he finish?
He won the FA Cup.
He won the FA Cup as an interim manager. Don't be saying he won the FA Cup as an interim manager, and
they signed him.
He finished 8th.
Interim manager for crying out loud.
They signed him as a manager.
It was after that season. He came in as an interim manager when Unai Emery left for 6 months, and that final Chelsea were in Chelsea were in the running.
You cannot discredit that title. You cannot discredit that for crying out loud.
John, when Emery left, they brought in Ljungberg. Ljungberg took interim manager for at that period. After that period, they brought in Arteta. Then Arteta continued and won the FA Cup the first season. So he wasn't the interim manager. It was Ljungberg that was interim manager.
Sure.
I'm still staying. His first season as an interim manager, he won the FA Cup. And we did not discredit that fact. And he said he's coming to build. And this is, Klopp came in and said he's about to take over. Klopp said the same thing, and it took him 4 years to take over. You say what?
Okay, let's leave the
Klopp took 4 years to take over and won the first Champions League in 18 years. And the first Premier League trophy. And the first Premier League trophy in 30 years. Okay, and yet.
Okay, guys, let's take this call first. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Name and location, please.
My name is Roland from New York.
Okay, Roland, what's your contribution about this Manchester United fight?
When this nonsense of a guy is something else. Now, so should listen to the voice of reasoning. That lady is giving him a point. They're giving several points about Man U. Even when Ronaldo was there, they complain about the same thing. Other players have come and gone. They complain about the same thing. Then also he's taking it personal.
I'm not taking it personal. I'm just saying.
No. I know you're my United fan. I know. But instead of trying to defend your club, your team, and even when they are doing wrong, take correction and you should work on it. And I can see you're taking Arsenal issue. I issue personal. Is there a lady there an Arsenal fan?
Sorry, the guy there is actually John. He's a guy.
Okay. It's like taking it personal. Maybe he has an issue with Arteta or Arsenal. I beg. No, so I beg, take a music, my brother. Yeah, you do better.
Okay, attribution. Okay, let's move away from Ten Hag.
Please let me correct him. I am East London till I die.
I
am East London till I die. But I hate bias. I hate when there's double standards. I am East London till I die, and I hate double standards when it comes to football judgment.
Also, he's a West Ham fan, so he's not a Manchester United fan, but somehow he likes Manchester United. Okay, let's move on from some of their transfers. Zesky will be confirmed this next week, so he's going to be an official. I think they are paying slightly above his list clause because they are trying not to spread the payment. They don't want to pay their list clause once. Everybody. Yeah. So he's going to join it next week. So I want to ask that: do you think that they are going to be playing him hold on at supporting 2 strikers, or probably he will introduce? Because if you look at this tournament, he didn't play at all. This tournament. Okay, let's take this call before you continue with that question. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Name and location, please.
I'm calling you from Enugu.
Okay, what's your contribution about Manchester United?
I had all this going on inside the studio.
Okay.
It's like not so, and it's like not so. It's better to Eric Ten Hag. You're defending Eric Ten Hag in many ways. You don't compare Liverpool to Man United.
Mm-hmm.
It seems like Man United had a coach like a Ten Hag, and now he's not part of 2 FA Cup.
Okay, we lost that call. Remember, you can call us in the studio to join the conversation. The number to call is 0706 048 5853. 0706 048 5853. Call and tell us what you think about Manchester United, because everybody's expecting them, because they finished one of the worst results in the Premier League in their whole history last season. So everybody is looking for them to improve. So they are bigging up coaches, trying to sign in players, so on. So let me continue with you. Zesky, do you think that he's going to be playing with the striker, or do you think that probably they will introduce him or he play differently. Okay, hold that thought now. So let's take this call. Hello, good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Name and location, please.
Yeah, my name is Kennedy Richu.
Okay, and where are you calling from, Kennedy Richu?
I'm calling from Ambaba.
Okay, what is your contribution about Manchester United?
I'm of a truth, I'm a Man United fan.
Okay.
But I really want to be very little on what I've been listening to Rose FM Sports for a while now, but
thank you
guys hardly talk about our national team, Super Eagles. At least I'm in the dark. I don't know who is in charge now because I know Finidi has resigned.
Okay, let me answer that question.
What's happening?
Let me answer that question quickly. They are still trying to get in a technical advisor, or now Finidi said that he doesn't want to continue. That is an insult to him. So they have not concluded who to bring in. So that's where we are for now.
Okay.
Okay.
For sure, I know with the recruitment and backroom staff being recruited in Manchester United.
Okay.
Manchester United will be gunning for the title next season.
Okay.
That's so.
Okay. All right. Thank you for your contribution.
Don't get your hopes up, man. Don't get your hopes up, man.
But you have to. Now,
don't get your hopes up, man.
Now,
please.
Now you have to. Now they are bringing in strikers like Zeski. I'm not calling my A striker, but no. So, but what do you think? Okay, still have another caller. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Name and location, please.
This is Bika, calling from Enugu.
Okay, what is your contribution to this Manchester United matter?
You know, I was starting saying, good things take time. Manchester United right now is building a team that will be able to fight for a lot of trophies in the coming years. I'm speaking with Ten Hag right now is the best deal for them. So as a Ferguson considered the best player of all time. Took 6 years to win a trophy, to win the league, in Manchester United. 6 years. Ten Hag in his first season won 2 trophies. A lot of managers can't say something like that. Ten Hag is doing a good job here. And yeah, he is. When he first entered the team, he made a lot of noise at all. But he's trying. He's better than quite a lot of managers right now. And this is takes time, like I said earlier. And he's trying to bring Manchester United back to the glory days. So if he's sacked right now, who will be the next coach? I'm going to bring the next coach. It not be give that same coach now time and going to be like, it's a process, let them wait. Because if they sack Ten Hag right now and bring a different coach, so it will not be to give that guy time and start rebuilding. Whatever Ten Hag is doing right now, that's the start. And the new coach will not cope with his demand and all. So right now, Ten Hag is the best one for the job. And Man United, they are far from their glory days. But the time, everything takes time. And right now, Man United will come up. It will take a lot of time, but if they stick with Ten Hag, to take Man United back to glory days.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Okay, everybody is expecting to Manchester United to go back to their old glory days. Okay, now so Zeski and his move to Manchester United.
I've not seen a side that has a starting 11 without a substitute bench. I've named one side that has a starting 11 without a substitute bench, and I'll tell you that side are not destined to move past the top 6. You should have the top 12 position in the Premier League. In any club football at all, you have. That's why even in the World Cup they tell you 28-man or 26-man team, because you need to have 2 starting 11s. In case this 11 is not working, in the next game you change the whole 11, or you change 6 players out of it and see if you get results, and you keep tinkering in the first 3 games or first 12 games of the season. So Zeski coming in is a plausible addition to the side anytime, any day. You understand? He's a good player. I saw this guy play. I would not say I saw him play for Bologna, but come on, we watch the Inter Milan games now. We watch the AC Milan games. We watch big games in Serie A.
Yes.
And when they are playing against these small teams, you see players, you see standout players for those small teams. Though they will be on the losing side, but they will stand out. They'll give you a man of the match performance. And I've seen Zeski on multiple occasions against AC Milan, Inter Milan, Napoli, Lazio, and even Juventus give a man of the match performance. So there was a goal he scored against Inter Milan that it's in my head, it's still recording in my head. And you say, this is a player to have on your side anytime, any day. Hulain the same thing. With the addition of Van Nistelrooy coming in, I think it's going to generate a different level of performance for these two strikers. He's going to be, let's say, in American football now, this Robbie, there's what they call the attacking coach, the defense coach, and the middle coach. The point guard coach. Now I think Van Nistelrooy will be handling the attacking options. He will be training with the attackers, the forward line, while Rene will be training with the midfielders, because Rene played as a good midfielder during his time. Then alongside Fletcher, they would play as the head coach for the midfield setup, train with the midfield setup, see how they can improve the midfield setup. That's those two people's coach. Then the defense line will be handled by any other person or the whole general team. So I think it's going to be a plausible approachment for the two of them, with him coming in to learn from one of the masters of the striking position, talking about Van Nistelrooy. So Zesky is a good player anytime to have on your side. I don't see any reason why you would say, okay, one person will start, the other person will go to the bench. In England last game, you saw it where Harry Kane started and Oli Watkins was on the bench, and Oli Watkins came in and scored a goal to rescue England. So I think that's what Man United are looking to build. In Man City, we have a Julian Alvarez on the bench and Haaland is starting. So if in Man United you have a Zesky on the bench, Haaland is starting, or a Haaland on the bench, Zesky is starting, it's not going to be a problem. You just need to give the two of them play time, 60 minutes at least per game.
Okay, okay, John, let's move over from Zesky. They are still focusing on Delete first. After they bring in Delete, then they can consider the next defender, because I think that they have said that he wants him first. So always agrees about Delete coming to Manchester United, but they are now focusing on him first. Next week, because they need two top defenders in that team, but they are trying to bring Delete in. We have talked about it on this show that Delete is a top player and he's going to be fitting Manchester United well. But let's conclude that Delete matter before he moves in officially. Do you think that he's going to improve this Manchester United defense?
One of the fantastic thing about football is no matter how heated you get talking about the player, talking about the situation, at the end of the day, the buck stops with the manager, and the manager says Delete is a top player. He wants him in his side. Case closed. Whoever ox is God. Your business, you get. So in Manchester United now, there's a big hole in the center of defense, and Delete is coming in to fill that hole. I think he's a good signing for Manchester United. I think he's going to need another pairing alongside him, because let's not forget we have Licha Martinez, who is injury prone, man. Okay, so you need to get somebody else.
Just one case of injury has cost him an injury prone. Just one case of injury.
Two signings to come into that defense. Delete is one. Maybe they will get another defender, maybe Brantwaite or maybe somebody else, but it needs to be another signing into that midfield to complete the set. Okay, so that would be three. If they get a world-class player, fine and good, but at least they now have, with Delete coming in, two world-class defenders in that side.
Okay, now most players are leaving. Now there are rumors that Casemiro will move to Saudi. I don't know if it's right for them to move Casemiro.
He's not going anywhere till next summer, till 2025. I'll tell you that for a fact, because you need a leader in the midfield. You need an experienced hand. Now this is the only experienced hand left on the side. Harry Maguire is not that experienced. He played for Leicester City. He does how many trophies does he have?
He won a title with Leicester City, for crying out loud.
Come on, he's not that top class of a player. He won a title with Leicester City. He's not.
And then secondly, let's not forget that while we are talking about needing a leader in the team, needing a leader figure in the team, let's not forget that these players have their own careers in their own hand. The man can say, rather than for Manchester United to show me the door, let me leave while the applause is high and check out. So it's not enough to sit here and say that they need a leader. Irrespective, he can decide tomorrow, let me go to Saudi, go and enjoy my life, collect 2 years salary in 1 week. Simple.
Okay, other players that fled the ball. Van der Beek, I don't even know what happened to him. He has moved from Manchester United Girona to in Spain. I don't know what was the problem with him with Manchester United. He didn't actually click, because he was part of the team that took Ajax, Ten Hag and Ajax to that Champions League semi-finals. But he went to Manchester United and he flopped.
I felt that he never could nail down a spot in the Manchester United starting 11. And that was the big thing, because once you start going on loan for Manchester United, my brother, you are one leg out.
John, you're not playing Man United.
You are one leg out.
This is just one loan spell he went for. He came to Man United to replace Bruno. on the bench. Even Marcel Sapisa came to Man United to replace Bruno. Why? How did that work out for him? You can't come and replace the key man of the pitch. You can't come and replace the key man on the team. You need to just have a fighting chance. The same thing that happened to...
He did not bring himself to Manchester United, and they felt they needed that element in there, so it's not his fault.
Ole Gunnar Solskjaer needed him in that side, but he felt like one of these Calvin Phillips sort of situation where you come on the bench.
We are talking about Donny van de Beek.
I'm still getting there now. I'm still getting there. He signed for Ajax. He took Ajax to the semi-finals of the UEFA Champions League.
Fantastic player alongside Frankie de Jong.
At the age of 20, while de Jong is behind him, he's running behind behind the strikers, and de Jong is behind him, on handling affairs in midfield while he's playing attacking position, and he can also drop deep to play. But when he came to Man United, there was a Fred, there was a very informed Scott McTominay, there was a very, very informed Bruno Fernandes. So he had to play from the bench, and whenever he comes in, he's not giving that A-class performance that he always give at Ajax. And at some point, they had to give him a seat belt.
How many games did they start him, for crying out loud?
You can't start a player when you know you have your... How many games do you start Julian Alvarez at Man City? I'll keep making...
How many games
I don't know how
Bruno Fernandes start in his first season coming in? He started games, for crying out loud.
He came in, there was nobody in that position. He nailed it at first game. His first game against a Man United shirts were against Wolverhampton Wanderers. And he nailed it from that game on. And since then, he cemented his place in that squad, and he's become the captain of that squad. You can't blame him. You can't force him to anything. But Donny van de Beek, on the other hand, came in. He saw that the side was occupied. He could have at least come from, training, win the hearts of the coach from the training section, which he didn't. Now, Ten Hag came to Man United to see if he can rescue his career. Ten Hag gave him chances, and he felt like one of the flops of the side. You understand?
I disagree, man.
He felt like one of the flops of the side, and things didn't go well for him. He was now sent on loan to Germany, and he did well there, and he's back now, and he's been negotiated on a move back to Spain.
Okay, guys, we are live on YouTube at Vote FM Sports. You can join us live here. We are having a whole lot of comments on our YouTube, which we are going to be reading shortly about this Manchester United, because Manchester United is always a huge topic. We've been talking about Manchester United. Okay, let's go to our comment sessions before we go on a break of this particular Manchester United team. Wealth is saying Manchester United are trying to get structure. Even if we don't win the league, we just need to trust the process. So, okay, Wealth is a Manchester United fan. Okay, Wealth is saying, John, Lichi is not injury prone, Biko.
Just one injury case.
Okay, Manuel Okitibi is saying Manchester United want to buy more coaches than players because they have bought in about 4 backroom staff without signing.
Just two, man. Just two. Just two. So, Ruud van Nistelrooy and René Hake.
No, they changed backroom staffs too.
Sure.
So, okay. Wealth is also saying, okay, Manuel is saying, the lead is still a sound player, but his adaptability to English space is another thing. Okay, Tibi say Alonso, Van de Beek was not given enough time as others
call
to
it
play.
As it is. Simple.
Where they said, John, okay, Van de Beek could not seal the spot.
He could not seal the spot. Not that he wasn't giving time. He was giving time under Ole. He played Europa League matches under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, and he wasn't sealing the spot. So he was dropped back to the bench.
It's another thing when you do not play in the Premier League and you come to Champions League or Europa League and you give him minutes. It's not the same minutes.
Okay, Manchester. Let's leave Manchester United now. We'll go
on to the way to finals. I want to respond to that. Up to the way to the finals.
Calm down, guys. We'll go on a short break now. We'll come back. We'll continue to other transfers from other clubs. Stay with us.
Vote 104.3 FM. Let's vibe together.
Vote 104.3 FM.
Okay, guys, welcome back to the show. Remember we are live on YouTube at Vote FM Sports. At Vote FM, so join us and drop your comments. We'll be reading all your comments live here in the studio. You can also call us live here in the studio to join the conversation on your transfer from your club. Who do you think that you want your club to sign? You're a Chelsea fan, you're an Arsenal fan. Who do you want them to sign? The number to call is 0706 048 5853. 0706 048 5853. Okay, let's continue, guys. News coming from PSG that they want to sign Osimhen, and they are bringing out a whole lot of money, but I don't think Osimhen wants to go. But Napoli is still holding their cards to their chest. So, but if you are Osimhen, do you want to go back to France, John?
I wouldn't want to go back to France.
Why? They're offering money, and PSG is a big club.
For me, if you ask me, going to Paris Saint-Germain is a no-fly zone for now, because the man who is sitting there in the manager and the backroom staff behind him. Let's also talk about the players on the pitch as well. There is nothing in that setup that says that you are coming in, you are going to be played where you should be played, you are going to get the minutes you should get. And because let's not forget, this man has an issue working with star players. He did it with Kylian Mbappe, talking about Luis Enrique now. He did it elsewhere as well. So I'm not confident coming into that setup that I'm going to get my game time. I'm going to be given freedom to play how I play, the way I want to play. And let's not forget that Ligue 1 is not even in the top 3 leagues in Europe right now. So why would I leave the Serie A when I've won the Scudetto? I've won a couple of other trophies there. I have a starting shirt to my name. Why would I leave that place? I'd rather go to England rather than go to the Ligue 1 right now.
Have you seen the contract they're offering?
Huge money.
Have you seen the contract they're offering?
Saudi Arabia offer 10 times what
Saudi does not want him. The thing is, nobody wants to deal with that kind of. I'll still drag him back to the rant.
This is why
I'll still drag him back to the rant,
this thing, because
nobody wants to deal with
you are so petty when it comes to this thing. Talk about the deal. Talk about the Paris
Saint-Germain deal. Calm down now. Which one is petty? Which one is now? Everybody will look at your performance on the pitch, your performance off the pitch, your attitude and everything before giving you a bumper deal. And in PSG now, you're telling me he's not Luis Enrique is this, Luis Enrique is that. Luis Enrique that lets Kylian Mbappe go, didn't he tell you he wants a better striker up front? He said he doesn't want striker that will go to the flank and start dribbling. He wants striker that will stay in the pitch for him, that will stay in front of goal. And that's Osimhen for you. Kolo Muani cannot do a better job. No matter how you put it, Kolo Muani cannot do a better job. So I think Osimhen is the right person to go for that deal. And with the contract he's giving, you understand? Goal bonuses, Champions League bonuses, and all of that. And you're telling me he should stay in Serie A. In the Serie A, you want him to stay. He's not wanted at Napoli.
I'm not saying he should stay in the Serie A. I'm saying he should go to the Premier League, because the League on.
The Premier League is
not a step up from the Premier League. Basically,
come on now, from Lille to Napoli, was that a setup? Was that a step up?
Yes,
from Lille.
Yes, it was.
From Lille to Napoli.
Definitely
Napoli that struggles to get into top 4. If you talk about the top 4,
but they won the Scudetto.
If you talk about the top 4 in Italy, you call Juventus, Inter Milan, AC Milan, maybe an Atlanta, a Lazio,
1,000 times no.
You will call a Lazio ahead of Napoli.
The fourth team is always Napoli. If you the top 4 team is always Napoli.
Where does Lazio fall into?
Always Napoli. Lazio and Roma are the guys fighting for 5th. That's what it is.
John, you're not watching Serie A.
Did you not watch Anzi? Did you not watch the players at that Napoli side? Did you not watch Cavani in Napoli? What are we talking about here? That means
the same Lazio side will come into top 4 anytime, any day.
I disagree.
Okay. I don't know where Napoli is or not, if they are a big club. But for me, I think if you look at the statistics, Napoli have always been a big club, even though they weren't winning titles.
For real?
Let's go to
They've always been in top 6. If you're talking about top 6,
disagree.
Yes, I agree. 4. Top 4, no.
Our comment section is busting, and people are talking about Osimhen here. So let's read some of our comments on our YouTube channel. Wealth is saying, at Emma, at John. Okay, he played under Ole and very well alongside Bruno, but he could not make an impact. I think that
was when they were attacking, when they were playing no defensive midfielder and they were playing all attacking players. Okay, you play alongside Bruno.
Okay, he's saying, imagine the Watkins ahead of this Arsenal team as the number 9. So he's rooting for Watkins to Arsenal. Okay, he's saying, tell Osimhen to go to Saudi Arabia now. Pack the money, oh. This career not too long. Pack the money now. This guy is a typical Nigerian person. No. If it's me, before they say, do you want to go to Saudi? I am in Saudi. Then we are not talking about how much
are you going to be paid. Aubameyang, right?
Yes.
That they are like, Barcelona wants him and he's already in Barcelona.
Yeah, I will be there before they say, I want you, I'm there. So Emmanuel is also saying, John, you can't ignore his attitude. why will PSG move from Mbappe attitude, Mbappe's attitude, and move to Osimhen with his attitude? You know, he's talking about that clash, that ranting. You know, everyone will keep talking about that.
No matter how it is, no matter how good you are, they will drag it to your attitudinal problem.
Nah, just I think it's just the first time he's doing that, and now see where he's taking him to. Emmanuel is also saying Alonso from Lille to Napoli is a big step up.
What are we talking about?
So PSG is not a bigger step up,
both with league and coverage. Well, he's saying Osimhen should not think of playing. He should go to Saudi and cash out. His career is as good as over. Team watches character. So it is the opinion. You know, this particular thing he did with the coach. You know, even top players were actually, even on that, like say, go off life. What did they do that kind of thing for? I think he made a mistake for it. I think he probably is regretting it because everybody watched that. You know, the thing about the internet is that you could just log in and do whatever you want to do. People are looking at you everywhere in the world. So coaches are now look at that attitude and say, do I want this kind of player in my team or not? But if it's me for Osimhen, I'll be in Saudi. And do you know how much they're offering? My first generation, that
PSG is offering slightly less than what Saudi might offer you.
Okay,
I disagree.
Let's not talk about Saudi money. Saudi money is crazy. Let's move on to Arsenal. Arsenal is trying to sign a young goalkeeper. You know, they have this issue with goalkeeper Ramsdale. Looking like that he will not stay. He's a top goalkeeper, whether you like it or not. That he cannot sit on the bench, and Raya is a bit better. And it depends on opinions because I have watched people compare both of them throughout last season. It's basically similar, but people now, the coaches say that it's Raya, but Ramsdale will not stay on the bench. So he is probably leaving. I don't know where he's going for now. He has to finish the Euros, then talk about where he's going.
And then I feel for him too.
But they are trying to now sign this Ajax under 18, under 20 player. His name is Tommy Setford from Ajax. They want to fast forward his track and bring him to the first team, probably after buying that 30-year-old goalkeeper. So this, do you think that they should let Ramsdale go, or they should convince him to stay one more season, John?
For me, basically, Ramsdale, I loved Ramsdale a couple of seasons ago.
Me too.
When he came in, you know, and also this other guy, Matt Turner, too, came in too. I loved both of them, the combination, both of them in the sticks, fantastic. But then you have this young lad from, you know, the championship who had a fantastic season, and he's coming. If you look at the stats identical from last season, you see that this guy is more than a nose ahead of Ramsdale. But, you know, Ramsdale is English, and of course the English fan are the media, they are going to be hyping him, taking extra pictures of him sitting on the bench, pouting and stuff like that. But necessarily, this is a conversation that Arteta should have had with Ramsdale and Raya, and get them on page, which is, you know, one of the questions that Arteta kept avoiding last season is, who is the number one? Who is the number one? Who is the number one? At the end of the day, it showed it's David Raya, and then Ramsdale should either be given a bumper pay and stay, or he can go if he wants, and they bring in another replacement.
You want to put person for bench, they pay better money. Past person they do the
go
work.
Go and ask Shea Given, for crying out loud.
When they do the work,
go and ask Shea Given. Go and ask Scott Carson. Go and ask Aid.
How much is Scott Carson? Is he any more than Ederson?
Go check around. Because
no, I'm just saying.
Let's not forget, there was a couple of seasons ago where Newcastle had that goalkeeper injury, and Shea Given that has been sitting on the bench for 2 years, eating fat money for 2 years, now had to start as a matter of fact, and, you know, consider a couple of goals, even the one from the half line, touchline from the half line, he considered a goal from that half line. So, you know, it's happened, and it continues to happen in the Premier League, and Ramsdale will not be the last player if that were to be
he said something about Carson. He said something about Carson. Is Carson earning more than Ederson right now? Is he earning more than Bravo? Is he earning more than?
But then look at the paycheck. Look at the paycheck between Raya and Ramsdale, and tell me who is earning more. Ramsdale is earning more.
So why would you give him more contract? Instead, they send him off, bring out a young player that you know will sit on the bench for the next 2 years and still get credit, get results done. It's not about just getting players in. Get players that could
decide better off with or without.
Let's go back to the beginning of this Man United, when they brought in Sofiane Amrabat. He was Morocco's best player at the World Cups.
Oh, yes.
But he was still on the bench at Man United. And he was, last 2 seasons, he was the best player at Fiorentina. He was the best defensive midfielder in Fiorentina and the best defensive midfielder in the Conference League, Europa Conference League. Yes, where was he on Man United side? Up from the bench. As long as the club needs me to perform, anytime they put me in, I will play. But even if he's sitting on the bench, no problem. That's the kind of player you need. Someone that will come in and fight for his place. Not just really come into the place and start fighting immediately. But someone you say, okay, see, I'm putting you to play 15 minutes, go and help us out. And he will give his life in that position. Not someone you say, come on. So Ramsdale is not that person that you say, go and play 15 minutes and he will accept it.
I think Ramsdale should go.
He should. And the end is wide open for him. Fly out, man.
Okay, before we talk about other players at Arsenal, because Lokonga is set to leave Arsenal officially, let's read some of our comments. Remember, guys, we are live on YouTube at Volt FM Sports. That's our handle on YouTube. Join us every day, Monday to Saturday. Let's read some of our comments on our YouTube channel. Emmanuel is saying Ramsdale is still a safe hand. He's still a safer hand. For me, Raya is just, I feel for Ramsdale. So he thinks that Ramsdale is better. Emmanuel said most stable defense line ahead of him than any other goalkeeper in the league. That is the truth. The truth, because Arsenal was the least good. Arsenal was the best defensive setup in the league last season. Welts is saying Ramsdale is better goalkeeper, but he can't do anything about the situation. Welts is, I said, John, please, which team do you support, John? Monday is saying Ramsdale is way better than Raya. I'll be frank with you. If you ask me, I think that Ramsdale has the charisma to be an Arsenal player than Raya. But Arteta has made his choice and everyone has to move on with that. So let's move to Lokonga. Lokonga from Arsenal is moving to Sevilla. He's having a medical. Arsenal is on loan, but Arsenal had a 12 million naira clause in this. That is a permanent. He has to move after his 1 year loan. I feel for the boy because he was the captain of Anderlecht at 19 before Arsenal brought him with this prospect, but it didn't work out for him.
It has never worked out for him. They brought him in as a captain to send him on loan, to do business with him. That's it. When Arsenal brought him in, they sent him back on loan to Anderlecht to stay about 6 months. Then he came back to Arsenal. That is, I'm buying you now, but you stay there on loan for the meantime. The same thing they did with Saliba. We are buying you now, but you stay in your club on loan till we get your time. They've not gotten his time yet. He's now shipped on loan to France. He has played in French League 1. He's come back. He's shipped on loan again to France again. 2 loans.
That midfield weight is too big for him. Well, saying Raya is Arteta's communities. Let me leave that one. Let me leave that. But he is moving to Lokonga is moving that. I think it's better for him to move because if you look at all that happened. And he is a fantastic boy. I think he has potential. He has potential to make it. Okay, let's look at other clubs that Manchester United have not signed any player in, and they have released Varane, Anthony Martial, and all that. They have released a whole lot of players. No, Liverpool have not brought in anybody in for their teams. They are still reviewing. I don't know what they are still reviewing in their team. Okay, let's come back home a little bit.
A bid has been submitted for Euro for by Man United, but it says, and I quote, he's waiting for Real Madrid. Now I'm looking at that guy as who you want go Real Madrid go bench. I beg. Now he's staying at Lille. A bid of £50 million has been submitted by Man United, but he's still looking at the situation at Real Madrid, and I think his contract runs out next season. So Lille are looking to cash out on him this season, and Man United has made a bid of 50 million instead of the usual 40 or 45 million pounds. And yet
they have always done.
They are waiting for a response from Euro, who says he wants to leave for Real Madrid. So I don't know if it's going to be possible in the coming weeks if he will agree a contract deal with Man United, or perhaps he will decide to stay back at Lille until he sees out his contract.
Okay, let's talk about Rangers International before we go. Rangers International have been, they are playing CAF Champions League next season. They have been good, but their media officer, not better, came out to say they are going to be signing 3 foreign players from Mali. They are going to bring in outside Nigeria they are going to bring in players from there. I don't know which players they are going to be, but they have concluded the other players like Son Tochko, a midfielder. They have brought in Tekena, a midfielder from Bayelsa United, Obona, a forward from Gombe United. So they have been bringing in players to shop Rangers. You know, some of these players, sometimes when they finish the professional league, they go on trials on other continents trying to get clubs. But if it didn't work out, they come back, start looking for other clubs. So Rangers International have been buying players, and here they have come out to say they are going to be buying 3-4 players now. You know, so finally, do you think that Rangers have what it takes to win the CAF Champions League? We should be going for the CAF
don't
Champions
have any. See, as much as I do love Rangers, I think there was one of the time the former commissioner for youth and sports was baptizing me to be a Rangers fan, and I told him I would like to. You understand? I would like to be a Rangers fan, but at least I still believe in my club because I grew up in Lagos. So now I am baptized as a Rangers fan. I'll say this: I don't think any Nigerian side, for now, until they build on a steady increase. This is what they call building. You're going to.
They bought a left back from Bendel Insurance.
They will be playing. They are playing the preliminary qualifications matches, and they'll be playing against a side from Comoros.
Yes. In
this round. Now, after this game, they move on to the next round. Now, if whatever the result is in Comoros, because they will play the first leg away, they'll come back home and play. If you start building on these wins, this preliminary round, you start winning, you get into the group stage, get into the quarterfinals of the CAF Champions League, they will know that you are ready to win it. Then maybe next 2 seasons, when you qualify again, next 2 seasons, maybe not this next season, not this season, but next season, when you qualify again, we are certain, we are definitely sure in our heart that you are going into the finals, or maybe after 3 years you win it. But now, go.
John, do you think that they can retain this, their league title next season?
They should be well placed to retain the league title next season. And just to add an extra note on in the CAF Champions League, let's not underrate this team because they've shown credible potential in the league this season, and they just need to build upon it. You know, the goal has to be winning the CAF Champions League, and the target shouldn't be the destination. It should be the process leading up to that goal. That should be the focus.
We're talking about signing Man United, signing new coaches. Rangers also announced a new coach to handle first team training, and his name is Godwin Nosike. Nosike, I hope I don't mispronounce that name. Nosike Godwin. And you see that this is a style that says when you are training for big games, don't just bring in your number one coach, Fidelis Ichuku. Bring in other coaches that would help him. You understand? Other top coaches that would help him achieve his goal. So this is what Rangers are also doing. So I believe Rangers in the coming years, 2 years from now, 3 years from now, will be crowned CAF champions. But for this season, they've been crowned MPFL champion. They'll be crowned MPFL champions next season by God's grace, God's willing. Then we'll go into the group knockout stages of the CAF Champions League. And after that, they will build from there and get it. Like I will keep saying it, they'll build from there and get into the final stages, maybe the finals, and perhaps win it from there. I don't know, but they'll have to continue to build.
Okay, guys, thank you for joining us. Remember, we are always live every day on YouTube at Vote FM Sports. That's our handle on YouTube. We have some amazing comments there. We talked about transfers, some comments there. Go there, like, share, and subscribe to our channel and enjoy every day, Monday to Saturday. We are live here to discuss all that is happening in the world of football. Remember, the Euros final is on Sunday and the Copa America final is on Sunday. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for all our callers. Thank you for all the comments on our YouTube channel. But let me read some of the final YouTube comments before I call it a day. Emmanuel says Lokonga has to go. That midfield weight is too big for him. Emmanuel is saying, I still wish Arteta to get in Onana from Everton as a backup midfielder. He is a workhorse. Hopefully, Arteta is listening to us and he will probably get another midfield because Arsenal have not really bought any player this summer. Thank you for joining us. See you guys tomorrow. My name is Godwin. Up next is News at 9. See you tomorrow.
104.3 FM, where music meets the voltage. Take a break and enjoy the show. Sports.
Alex Iwobi gets the ball out to the left-hand side. The delivery comes in. Oh, it's a goal! That's a goal!
Entertainment.
I can't be using that ring. Now see all those players now. I miss two players.
News and politics.
Enugu State has sent us the electricity bill.
Gospel.
And let them have dominion. The kingdom of God is within people.
104.3 FM.